What if your greatest weakness is actually your greatest strength? Discover how a left-handed hero changed the fate of a nation. For 18 long years, the people of Israel groaned under the oppressive rule of Eglon, the king of Moab. Their fields were plundered, their spirits were crushed, and their prayers echoed through the hills. A desperate plea for a savior to rise from their midst. The Moabite soldiers, a constant menacing presence, enforced the king's heavy-handed reign, leaving the Israelites feeling hopeless and abandoned. They had turned away from their God, and now they were reaping the bitter harvest of their disobedience, yearning for a deliverer to break their chains. In this climate of despair, a most unlikely hero was chosen. His name was Ehud, a man from the tribe of Benjamin. What set him apart was not his might or his reputation, but a simple, often overlooked detail. He was left-handed. In a world dominated by the right hand, this was seen as an imperfection, a disadvantage. Yet, in the quiet shadows, away from prying eyes, Ehud turned this perceived weakness into a formidable weapon. He meticulously crafted a short, double-edged dagger, just a cubit in length. With purpose and precision, he strapped the concealed blade not to his left thigh, where a guard would expect it, but to his right. His left-handedness was the key to his entire plan, a secret advantage hidden in plain sight. The day came for Israel to pay its tribute, a painful reminder of their subjugation. Ehud was chosen to lead the delegation, carrying the heavy tax to the opulent throne room of King Eglon. The king was a man of immense size, his presence as imposing as his rule. The air in the chamber was thick with tension as the Israelites bowed and presented their offering. The Moabite guards watched with suspicion, their hands resting on their swords. Ehud, however, remained calm, his resolve as sharp as the dagger hidden beneath his robes. Once the tribute was accepted, Ehud sent the other Israelites on their way. He then turned back and approached the throne, a glint of daring in his eyes. "I have a secret message for you, O king," he announced, his voice steady. Intrigued and dismissing his attendants for privacy, the corpulent king leaned in, eager to hear this confidential word. At that moment, Ehud reached across his body with his left hand, a move no guard would ever anticipate. In one swift, fluid motion, he drew the dagger from his right thigh and plunged it deep into the king's belly. The strike was so powerful that the hilt disappeared with the blade, and the king collapsed, his reign ending in a silent, undignified heap. With the tyrant dead, Ehud's mission was far from over. He calmly walked out, locking the throne room doors from the outside and leaving the king's servants to assume he was merely resting. He made his escape to the hill country of Ephraim, where he sounded a ram's horn. The piercing call rallied the waiting Israelite forces. "Follow me," he cried, "for the Lord has delivered your enemies, the Moabites, into your hands." Empowered and emboldened, they descended upon the Moabite army. Confused and leaderless with the news of their king's demise, the Moabites were thrown into chaos and utterly defeated. The strategic brilliance of one man had turned the tide. Peace was restored to the land, a peace that would last for 80 years. All because a man embraced the very quality that made him different. Ehud's story reminds us that what society may label a weakness can, in God's hands, become the very instrument of victory and deliverance.